Some of the most repeated organic gardening advice sounds helpful, but can waste your time, money, and effort. You may have been told that you need perfect soil, expensive organic products, daily watering, and a completely pest-free garden before you can grow healthy food. That is not how successful organic gardening works. The truth is simpler, and in some cases, the advice being repeated is completely out of context. Today, I am exposing the biggest organic gardening myths and showing you what actually works in a real backyard garden. By the end, you will know which rules to ignore and which simple habits deserve your attention. Before we begin, let us be fair about the title. The experts have not all been lying. The real problem is that gardening advice is often simplified, repeated for years, or applied to the wrong situation. A recommendation that works in one soil type, climate, or garden may fail completely somewhere else. Organic gardening is not about following a long list of rigid rules. It is about understanding your soil, observing your plants, and using the gentlest method that solves the actual problem. Once you understand that, gardening becomes less expensive, less exhausting, and much easier to manage. The first myth is that you need perfect soil before you can grow anything. This idea stops more beginners than almost any other piece of advice. Healthy soil is important, but perfect soil is not a requirement for beginning. You can start with a small container, a raised bed, or one improved section of ground. Add a reasonable amount of finished compost, protect the soil with mulch, and observe how the plants respond. Soil improves through repeated care. You do not need to solve every soil problem in one weekend. Start with one area, improve it gradually, and let the garden teach you what it needs. The second myth is that organic gardening means you never use fertilizer. Plants do not care whether a nutrient came from a garden center, a compost pile, or a natural mineral source. They need available nutrients in the right amounts. Organic gardening means choosing inputs responsibly and using them according to the plant's needs instead of pouring on more because growth looks slow. Finished compost, worm castings, aged manure, compost tea, and properly selected organic fertilizers can all play a role. The goal is not to feed the garden constantly. The goal is to provide balanced nutrition without damaging the soil or creating unnecessary runoff. The third myth is that more compost is always better. Compost is one of the most useful tools in an organic garden, but too much of anything can create problems. A thick layer of unfinished or overly rich material may hold too much moisture, attract pests, or create an imbalance in the soil. Some compost products can also contain excess salts, especially when they are made from concentrated materials. Use finished compost in a moderate layer, mix it appropriately when preparing a bed, and let mulch protect the surface. Think of compost as a soil builder, not a magic ingredient that fixes every problem instantly. The fourth myth is that natural automatically means safe. This is one of the most important myths to correct. Natural substances can still harm beneficial insects, irritate your skin, damage plant leaves, or affect soil life when they are used incorrectly. Neem oil, soaps, essential oils, vinegar, and homemade sprays all require careful use. A product being natural does not mean it should be sprayed everywhere, every day, or in strong concentrations. Identify the pest first, test any spray on a small section, avoid spraying during pollinator activity, and follow the product label when one exists. Responsible organic gardening is careful gardening. The fifth myth is that every insect in the garden must be removed. A garden without a single insect is not necessarily a healthy garden. Many insects pollinate flowers, break down organic matter, feed birds, or help control pests. The better question is not, how do I eliminate every bug? The better question is this insect causing enough damage to justify action? Look closely before spraying. If only a few leaves are affected, remove the damaged leaves or use a gentle physical method. If beneficial insects are present, give them time to help. Organic gardening is about balance, not creating a sterile backyard. The sixth myth is that used coffee grounds will fix your soil or dramatically acidify it. Coffee grounds can be useful as part of compost, but they are not a complete fertilizer, and they are not a universal soil treatment. Fresh or excessive amounts can compact together and create a dense layer that water struggles to penetrate. If you use them, mix small amounts into finished compost or spread them thinly rather than dumping a thick pile around plants. Test your soil before trying to correct pH. Good organic gardening depends on evidence, not on assuming that every kitchen scrap has a special power. The seventh myth is that crushed eggshells quickly solve blossom end rot on tomatoes and peppers. Eggshells contain calcium, but they break down slowly, so they usually cannot correct an immediate problem during the same growing season. Blossom end rot is often related to inconsistent water movement through the plant rather than simply a lack of calcium in the soil. Keep moisture more consistent, use mulch, avoid damaging the roots, and do not allow the plant to swing from bone dry to saturated. This is a good example of advice that contains a small piece of truth but leaves out the most important part. The eighth myth is that every vegetable garden needs to be watered every day. A fixed schedule can create shallow roots, wasted water, and unnecessary work. The correct watering routine depends on temperature, wind, rainfall, soil type, container size, and plant maturity. Instead of watering automatically, check the soil below the surface. If it is dry where the active roots are growing, water slowly and deeply. If it is still damp, wait. Mulch can reduce evaporation and keep the root zone more stable. The goal is not to water frequently. The goal is to maintain dependable moisture where the roots need it. The ninth myth is that organic gardening must be difficult and physically demanding. It becomes difficult when every task is treated as urgent. You do not need to turn the soil constantly, remove every weed by hand, or inspect every leaf several times a day. Use mulch to reduce weeds, choose plants suited to your climate, group crops with similar watering needs, and grow fewer varieties if that makes the garden easier to maintain. A productive garden should support your life, not become a second job. The best method is the one you can repeat consistently without exhausting yourself. So what should you believe instead? Start with 5 questions. What is the actual problem? Is it a soil issue, a watering issue, a pest issue, or simply normal plant behavior? What is the gentlest solution that could work? Can you test it on one plant before applying it everywhere? Will the method improve the garden over time or only create a short-term appearance of improvement? And finally, is the advice based on observation or is it simply something repeated because it sounds convincing? Those questions will protect you from most gardening myths. If this video has already challenged one piece of advice you have been following, leave a comment and tell me which gardening myth you believed for the longest. Your experience may help another gardener avoid wasting time or money. And if you appreciate practical organic gardening advice without complicated products or unnecessary work, give us a like and subscribe to Grow Green and Live Clean. There are plenty of gardening opinions online, but this channel focuses on simple methods you can actually use in your own backyard. This week, do not try to change everything at once. Choose one garden bed or one group of containers and observe it carefully. Check the soil moisture below the surface. Look at the leaves before deciding that a pest is responsible. Add a moderate layer of finished compost if the soil needs improvement. Apply mulch to protect the surface. Remove only the weeds and damaged growth that are genuinely causing trouble. Then write down what changed over the next 7 days. This simple record will teach you more than jumping from one viral gardening tip to another. The biggest lesson is that organic gardening is not about chasing perfection. It is about building a healthy system that becomes more stable over time. Good soil is built gradually. Water is managed thoughtfully. Pests are identified before action is taken. Natural products are used carefully. Compost is helpful when used in moderation. And your garden does not need to look perfect to produce safe, healthy food. Once you stop treating every gardening rule as an absolute law, you can pay attention to what your plants are actually telling you. That is where confident organic gardening begins. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more practical organic gardening guides focused on healthy soil, natural plant care, and easier harvests. Then share this video with someone who has been waiting for the perfect time, the perfect soil, or the perfect garden before getting started. And before you go, leave your answer in the comments. Which organic gardening myth should I expose next? Remember, you do not need a perfect garden to grow organic food. You need a simple plan, careful observation, and the patience to improve one small area at a time.